If you've ever felt torn between your wanderlust and the environmental impact of your journey, you're not alone. Today, we're diving deep into how everyday travelers, people just like you, can explore the world with a lighter footprint, a smaller budget, and a bigger heart. You don't need to be rich to travel responsibly. You just need to be aware and intentional. Let's begin where all great journeys start, with a choice. A choice to travel not just for ourselves, but for the planet. The truth is, the tourism industry leaves a massive carbon trail. Flights, single-use plastics, over-tourism in fragile regions, they all add up. But here's the good news. As a traveler, you hold incredible power to create change. And every sustainable choice you make, no matter how small, matters more than you think. Because when millions of us make better choices, it becomes a movement. So what does sustainable travel actually look like in real life? Let's break it down into practical, budget-friendly hacks. From where you stay, to how you pack, move, eat, and experience the world around you. First, let's talk accommodation. You don't need to shell out hundreds to sleep green. In fact, some of the most sustainable places to stay are also the most affordable. Look for eco-hostels, locally owned guest houses, and certified green stays on platforms like EcoBnB or Book Different. Many of these places use solar power, recycle waste, serve organic food, and limit energy use, all while costing far less than a luxury hotel. Plus, when you stay local, your money goes directly into the community. That's not just ethical, it's impactful. Now let's talk about slow travel, perhaps the most powerful and underrated hack of all. Instead of cramming 5 cities into 10 days, what if you chose just one? What if, instead of ticking off bucket lists, you immersed yourself in a single place, its food, language, people, and pace? You'd not only reduce your carbon footprint, but also deepen your connection to the culture in ways that fast travel simply can't match. Slower travel also saves money. Fewer transport costs, longer-term stays, less burnout. It's not just sustainable, it's smart. Speaking of transport, let's talk mobility. Planes are often necessary, but they're also among the biggest polluters. When possible, choose trains, buses, or carpooling platforms like BlaBlaCar in Europe. Once you've arrived, embrace walking. Use bikes, public trams, or electric scooters. In cities like Amsterdam or Kyoto, cycling isn't just efficient, it's part of the culture. Plus, moving slowly means you see things others missed, a quiet alley, a surprise food cart, a spontaneous street performance. Now let's open your suitcase. Packing light is one of the simplest, yet most overlooked, ways to reduce your environmental impact. Here's why. The heavier your bag, the more fuel your plane needs. Multiply that across millions of travelers and it adds up. So strip it down. Take only what you need. Choose clothing that's lightweight, breathable, and versatile. And bring reusable gear. A refillable water bottle, collapsible tote bag, bamboo utensils, and even a compact filter straw for drinking tap water safely in unfamiliar places. These swaps save you money, and they cut back on single-use plastics that clog landfills and oceans. Quick reminder, if you've made it this far and you care about traveling smarter, consider subscribing to this channel. We're building a global community of thoughtful explorers, and your voice matters. Let's talk food. Food is culture, identity, and pleasure. But it's also where you can make some of the most sustainable and delicious choices. Ditch the international chains. Skip the imported snacks. Instead, eat where locals eat. Try regional dishes made from seasonal ingredients. Not only is this better for the environment, but it supports family-run restaurants and food vendors, the true soul of every destination. In Southeast Asia, for example, a $2 street meal beats a $15 hotel buffet every time. Plus, you'll walk away with stories worth telling. Now let's zoom out from food and think experiences. How we experience a place matters just as much as how we get there. Choose eco-tours that respect wildlife and support conservation. Say yes to nature walks, kayaking trips, or learning local crafts from artisans. Avoid elephant rides. Say no to anything that commodifies animals for photos. Instead, volunteer at a sea turtle hatchery. Join a beach cleanup. Support a permaculture farm. Your time is a currency. Use it for good. Next up, cultural respect. Sustainability isn't just about the environment. It's about people too. Before you go somewhere, take time to learn the basics of local etiquette. What do people wear? How do they greet each other? What gestures are considered rude? Even a few phrases in the local language, hello, thank you, sorry, go a long way in building bridges. Because respect is renewable. It multiplies. And as you travel with humility, the world opens up in return. Let's pause. At this point, you might be wondering, isn't this a lot? Isn't it easier to just book the cheapest flight, stay in the cheapest hotel, and not think about it? Sure, it's easier. But here's the thing. Sustainable travel isn't about perfection. It's about intention. You don't have to get it all right. But if every traveler does just one thing better, that's millions of better choices. So here are some small, easy wins to get you started. Turn off lights and air conditioning when you leave your room. Carry a trash bag when you hike. Buy a $10 filter straw and skip bottled water forever. Offset your flight's carbon emissions. It costs less than a coffee. Share your sustainable travel wins on social media. Tag businesses doing it right. These little actions stack up over time, and they tell a story that travelers care. And when travelers care, industries listen. Policies shift. Standards rise. Change happens. Now let's talk goals. Set small, doable goals for each trip. For one trip, maybe you choose public transport the whole way. For another, maybe you commit to zero single-use plastic. Next time, maybe you offset your carbon. Each trip becomes a step forward. No guilt, no overwhelm, just consistent, mindful progress. By now, you've probably started thinking about your next adventure. Maybe it's hiking in Patagonia, exploring temples in Cambodia, or biking through the streets of Copenhagen. Wherever you're headed, remember this. The way you travel is the journey. And with each decision, each fork in the road, you get to write a better story. Not just for yourself, but for the places you touch and the people you meet. This is what sustainable travel is all about. Less waste, more wonder, less harm, more humanity. So let's not just see the world, let's serve it. Let's not just visit, let's belong. And if this resonated with you, subscribe. Join the movement. Because the world doesn't need more tourists. It needs more mindful travelers. Travel well, travel kind. And remember, your footsteps matter.